Hey, so part of being a coach is about sharing your story, um, and knowing that by sharing your story, you can connect with other people and they may find something similar in your story, or it can evoke similar feelings for them. And that's how you form connections, and that's how you make new friends, and that's how you can help change lives. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was something that I had learned through my personal development, and that was that everyone has a defining moment. And a defining moment is a time in your life that you can think back on where your entire world changed, whether it be good or bad. It just somehow changed your entire world, your entire outlook. And for me, mine was when my stepdad passed away. It was actually 8 years ago today that happened. And I knew that it was a huge factor in my life, obviously, but it wasn't until the personal development encouraged me to think about that defining moment and how that changed my life. Like they encouraged me to figure out what that defining moment was, that one point in your life when everything changed. And I knew instantly that that's when it was, because I remember just being in complete shock, and nothing ever felt the same. It changed how I felt about life in general. It changed my realization that someone that you love so much could be gone the next day. It was completely unexpected when he passed away, and that has been a source of anxiety for me, I know. And that's what one of the things that they asked to do once you had your defining moment was think about all the different ways that it's impacted your life and your personality. And it's interesting to think about that, because I didn't initially correlate everything together, but when I stopped and thought about it, a lot of personality traits and a lot of decisions that I've made have stemmed from my stepdad passing away, from Dan passing away. And I know, like I said today, it's been 8 years since he's been gone, but it's still every day in little ways affects how I live my life. And the more that you become aware of those things and the way that it affects you, is the more that you can change things if they need to be changed. So for example, I had mentioned the anxiety, and that's because it was so unexpected when he did pass away, that now if I don't get a phone call from someone when I'm expecting it, or I don't hear from, my husband right away after I message him, inside me I start getting like anxious until I hear from him, or from whoever it happens to be. And more so with my family and my husband and everything for the most part. But I know that stemmed from the sudden death of Dan. And there's also really good personality traits that have come from remembering him and remembering what he was like. And when I have those personality traits, I stop and laugh, because he would be proud that he passed some characteristics on. And it's just amazing how, when you stop and think about it with that defining moment, how it can really intertwine with so many other aspects of your life. So that is my defining moment. And when I talk about my journey, I didn't lead a hard life. I don't have a hard road to talk about my background, that I went from being, living on the streets to now, doing this and being happy and passionate about being a coach. A lot of other coaches have some kind of story like that, or they were in, a lot of debt, and now they're able to pay off their bills. And for me, my story is more about when Dan passed away. It changed me as a person. It opened my eyes in some good ways and some bad ways. It made me realize that I could die tomorrow. Anyone could. Anyone, it could change your entire life. It made me want to live life to the fullest, but it also at the same time made me self-destructive, I guess, because for a year I went on a path where I really didn't give a shit what happened to me. I didn't treat my body well. I drank a lot, too much, and there were definitely some dark days in that time frame, but that changed when I went out to BC and stayed with my brother for the summer. We had like such an amazing time together, and spending that time with him and getting to talk with him and work through our emotions and just be together and spend that time together and get my head straight was a big deal. And that summer changed me for the better. And actually that summer I got two of my biggest tattoos. One was a guardian angel that I got for Dan, and on the other side of my ribs I got a phoenix, because that summer I truly felt like I had transitioned from that dark place that I was after he passed away for that year. I had transitioned from that place, and from the ashes of that old person came this, bright, beautiful phoenix. And that transformation was huge for me, because from then on, I knew that I was going to live my life to the fullest in positive ways, and that I was going to do everything that I could to be happy. And that's kind of where the journey, there's still obviously ups and downs. I still find myself at times not fulfilled with certain aspects of my life. My career was being one of those. I didn't feel like I was making a difference. I didn't feel like I mattered with my career. And then when I found Beachbody, I get to help change lives every single day, and strangers are reaching out to me and telling me, they watch these videos and read my posts and see the motivation, and it's helped inspire them to change their lives and be healthier. And that makes all the difference to me. Coming from that place where I didn't take care of myself to where I am today, and I make it pretty much a daily mandatory thing that I'm making healthy choices, that's a big deal. And to think back that main feeling stemmed from when Dan passed away, and now it's been 8 years. I mean, it was obviously not a quick transition, 8 years from then, but I'm here now, and that's what's important, and I'm moving forward. I'm not looking back on the unhealthy choices that I made for myself at that time. I'm looking forward, and all of the healthier choices that I've made, especially in the past 3 months, and what I will continue making in the future. So I hope that my personal journey has maybe helped inspire you to think about your defining moment and how much it's interconnected in your life, and you can use that moment to help you understand the triggers that you feel that are maybe contributing to some of the habits and behaviors that you have today, whether it be positive or negative. And you can celebrate those positive ones, and then you can maybe work on those more negative ones and try and work towards being a better and healthier person and living life the way you want and being passionate and feeling fulfilled and feeling like you make a difference. And that's really all that I want in my journey, is to be able to help people and help myself at the same time, because when I'm helping myself, that allows me to be able to give more to others. And my friends and family and everyone around me, even strangers, are benefiting from that more positive outlook on life. And that's really important to me. And I hope that if that's something that's important to you, that you're working towards your goals as well. And if you need any help with those, then let me know. You already know my email address, but celebratehealthychoices@gmail.com. Or you can always comment below, and I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to be able to help you. Even if you have questions or comments, or you want to connect, on a mental or emotional basis, that's totally welcomed as well. Any way that I can help people, I want to do so. So I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you got something from this, and that you can look at yourself and help understand where those habits and behaviors are coming from. And that defining moment is huge. If you haven't realized what your defining moment is, I really encourage you to take a look at that and consider what that is and how it's affected your life in whatever way that may be. So I hope that everyone has a great day. And as always, be fierce in your journey forward. You deserve it.